Hey guys, DB right here, and today I am continuing with What If Barne Went with Goku to Earth? And well, this story has been quite fun, and we're kicking it off right where we left off. Now, where we last left off was, Barne pretty much tapped into a Berserker Super Saiyan transformation after witnessing Kakarot take Mercenary Tao's Dodon Wave. And well, she pretty much immediately massacred the mercenary, and then went straight into the direction where he came from, and just basically straight up attacked the Red Ribbon Army, completely decimating the place. And with that, after everything was basically wiped out and destroyed, she's simply passed out, and Roshi and the rest of the gang find her, and of course find the 2 Dragon Balls that the Red Ribbon Army had at the headquarters at the time as well. And well, meanwhile, Goku had received his training from Master Korin after waking up from taking the Dodon Wave. Yes, he survived thanks to the Dragon Ball he had on him. And yes, he's now on his way back to Kame House as well, because well, he sees on the Dragon Radar that the rest of the Dragon Balls are back at Kame House, and that for some reason the last ball is not being detected, so he's got to get Bulma to fix it. And well, with everyone glad that Kakarot's actually alive, that reckless little fool, they realize that there's nothing wrong with the radar, and that either someone's jamming it on purpose or some dinosaurs eating it by mistake. And so Master Roshi points them in the direction of Fortune Teller Baba. Now, much like in the original, most of this part of the story plays out like in the original, except that you've got Barne as an extra teammate, which means Kakarot's not the last fighter for our good guys. And as for our mysterious 5th fighter, it's not Grandpa Gohan this time, because Grandpa Gohan is still alive in this timeline. No, it is a Saiyan woman who suddenly emerges into the arena, and she has a tail. Well, of course she has a tail. I just said Saiyan woman, didn't I? Wearing blue Saiyan armor. Kakarot and Barne can't help but feel a sense of familiarity with this person. And, well, with Kakarot up first, the mysterious warrior, who's obviously Gine, their mother, just wishes young Kakarot good luck. Best of luck, Kakarot. Don't hold back now. I won't. And he goes straight into it. He was wondering how the Saiyan woman knew his name, though. However, this was not the time or place to figure that sort of thing out. And so, we got a pretty good match between mother and son going on here, where as we know, Gine's a power level of 500, so she's significantly stronger than her son, but it's still not an easy fight for her, just due to the martial art tricks that Kakarot has picked up, being trained by Grandpa Gohan, and then trained by Roshi, and of course, everything Master Korin just taught him, and all the tricks he picked up during the World Martial Arts Tournament. Is enough to throw Gine a little bit off. However, with a little bit of time, Gine's able to learn how these techniques work, and she does commence her counterattack, and things begin to go off a bit more evenly, right up until Kakarot surprises her once again with a Kamehameha. And this definitely surprised Gine. Gine's able to grab the blast with her hands and send it up into the sky, but she was not expecting an energy attack with that kind of power behind it. Well, you're definitely Bardak's son. Your father would be proud, she's thinking in her head. And well, Kakarot remembers the tail and remembers, when someone will grab his, it would hurt him excruciatingly. He'd begin to lose his power. So he's hoping he can get around Gine and grab her tail and incapacitate her. He does successfully get behind and grab the tail, but he doesn't incapacitate her. Oh good, so you are aware of the one sane weakness. However, Gine just basically lifts Kakarot up with her tail and slams him into the ground. Pretty hard too. There's actually some cracks in the tiling. I overcame that weakness long before you were even born. And well, with Kakarot dazed after that last hit, Gine just gives Kakarot like a friendly push, and he goes flying out of the ring. Kakarot had lost the match, and now it is Barne versus her mother. Daughter versus mother! And thanks to Gine's fight with Kakarot, she is ready for these martial art tricks this time around. So we've got an all-out fight between mother and daughter, and it's much more even and a lot more ferocious than her battle with her son. Remember, Barne is still the stronger of the two, and she keeps getting stronger every time she fights. And now that she's fighting a very skilled opponent, she's adapting and learning, much like in the way that Broly does. Similar in a way, not exactly the same, not to the, the crazy scale that Broly does. It's just she's able to adapt and learn enough that she's able to match her mother despite their power difference. But at the same time, as Barne is getting more into the fight, she is tapping more into the Berserker form, being her Saiyan instincts taking over. And, essentially, you get a beam struggle between mother and daughter, because after all, Barne knows the Kamehameha as well, and the power is at a magnitude that you couldn't just grab and just throw it away as easily as she did with Kakarot's blast, so she uses a similar technique to what we've seen Bardock use. The one that he uses, that he throws against Frieza's big energy ball of death. Yeah, that technique, and we got a beam struggle between mother and daughter. Ultimately, the two blasts cancelling each other out in the long run. And, thanks to the blast and distraction, and the fact that Gine can't sense energy, Barne is able to get right up beside her, preparing a powerful punch straight to Gine's face. Luckily, she's wearing a mask, and she connects. Some green sparks surging from her fist, colliding to Gine's mask, sends Gine out of the ring, and therefore she loses the match. And, Gine's mask shatters and breaks off, revealing her face, and Barne and Kakarot recognize their mother. Remember, Kakarot didn't hit his head in this timeline. And they run to her, and Gine embraces her children, and basically tears come to all three of them. I'm so proud of you both. I never thought you both would get so strong on this planet. It would seem Bardock made the right choice, sending you here. And I see you managed to make some few friends. And they're quite strong too, aren't they? After all, you gotta remember, the warriors were watching the other fights after all. And Gine was observing how Yamcha and Krillin were handling themselves. So it's not much of a stretch that she saw the potential in these Earthlings. And, basically, with that, they do ask her if, Kakarot and Barne do consider changing their wish to bring back their mother, but their mother assures them that things in Otherworld are fine at the moment. After all, she's with Bardock all the time in Otherworld, and right now they've got a bit of a gig helping out Goz and Mez with rough elements in the realm of HFIL. And so basically with that, Gine basically embraces her children one last time. Well, I can go back now with no regrets. And of course, this does break the hearts of her children a little bit. However, before she goes, she decides to tell her children the truth of what happened to their race and their home world. What was really responsible? And yes, they tell them that it was Lord Frieza who was responsible. Lord Frieza, what's that? Kakarot asks, and she goes on about the history of their race, how King Cold forced them into slavery, and then ultimately handed his empire to his son, Lord Frieza, who ultimately ended up destroying their planet. He was afraid that a Super Saiyan would rise and overthrow him. And Roshi can't help but sort of stare at Barne there. Because remember, they did get a glimpse of her power with the scout plane when she was flying off towards the Red Ribbon Army. Super Saiyan. Could that be what Barne is? He's keeping his thoughts to himself at this point. And everyone else is just intrigued by this tale that Gine is spouting. And so, with one more word, because she realizes Raditz isn't there, and she's suddenly has this thought, this terrible thought that Raditz is probably still conquering planets in the name of Frieza, working with that Prince Vegeta and that brutal Nappa. And well, so she decides to tell her children about Raditz as well, and warns them that he could show up sometime and try and recruit them into the Frieza Force, and that when that time comes, you need to tell them the truth of what really happened to Planet Vegeta. And well, thanks to Gine's warning, the Raditz's arrival could play out very differently. And so with that, Gine finally takes her leave, and well, Barne and Kakarot, thanks to Barba pointing out the Dragon Ball, like she promised, they're able to make short work of the Pilaf gang and summon Shenron and restore the planet to what it was before the Red Ribbon Army, started ruining it. This did restore the lives of some of the people the Red Ribbon Army had killed as well. However, only those who have been dead over the past year, because remember, you can't bring back groups of people who have been gone longer than a year. Although solo wishes are still fine. And so, with that, Roshi now tells Barne and Kakarot that there's nothing more he can teach them. They got to go in and learn from the greatest teacher of all life in preparation for the next Tenkaichi Budokai. And also, an added stipulation, no flying Nimbus Cloud, and they can't be together for this one. They've got to go off on their own this time. And so, that's exactly what they do, and this is where we're going to be leaving things for right now. So what did you guys think? Did you enjoy this story? Did you enjoy the tearful reunion of our two young Saiyan twins and their mother Gine? Is it possible that perhaps one day, whenever they can get the chance, will they actually use the Dragon Balls to restore Bardock and Gine? They'll have to do it. As two separate wishes. They'll have to bring back one of them 1 year apart from the other, because only solo wishes don't have the 1 year time limit. I think two people still counts as a group as far as Shenron is concerned. And so, with that, don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comments, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys again next time when we get into the 22nd Tenkaichi Budokai, also known as the Tien Shinhan Saga.